made me a fortune, man. Trying to stop me. Y'all can't stop me. This is forever. Forever, man. I mean that.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go play action here on first down. The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Let's go. Gun.
Second down, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Everyone, count.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hustle.
On second down, Elliott. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Get up. 46. 46. Right. 46, 46. Here we go, 46, 46, 26, 26.
Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And some room to maneuver. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all it does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
26, 26.
Prescott now from the 50. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Swing to the fit, right. To the right. 26.
Second down, Prescott escaping the pressure. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Following the interception, Cousins looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick, and a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Swing to the fit, right. To the right. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here you go. Here you go, 47. Here you go, 46, 46. Here you go. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And Hill running right through it. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I had missed him, it would have been a different long night.
The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Caught left side, Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Hustle.
Now Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone, if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it. They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust covered. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Malik Collins coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. 3rd and long for Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And an alley to run. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Prescott now on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game. Prescott to throw it. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
46.
Prescott on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Get out there. 47. Here we go, 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now Austin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. Super tough.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
46. 46. 26.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
And he finds Beasley complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go, 46, 47. Gun. 26. Here we go, 47. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46. Under. 26.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Here you go. 46. Good. 21's the whip. Here we go, 47. 26.
They'll throw again. Prescott. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, they'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
To throw is Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you had it.
On the carry, it's Cook, and he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Cousins now on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. The hug,
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Everson Griffin able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Prescott down. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ben Gideon coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will make our score 9-0. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Minnesota. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Count. Switch, and 8. Switch, and 8. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Here go 46. Here go 47. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First target, first catch, and a first down. On the counter, Elliott down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
10th carry now for Elliott. What a spin. Elliott a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 25 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Irving continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Throwing, Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Here we go now with Smith. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. That 2nd down run, a big help, as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Going deep for Diggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They'll try and run with Murray. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Latavius Murray unable to lower those shoulders and get the first. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. first down. Prescott. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here you go.
The give is to Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And Bailey missed it. It's no good, wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx
Maybe
it?
jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he stopped immediately there. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
We're going. Let's go.
They go play action. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Hey, switch. Here you go.
A give to Elliott. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Ben Gideon in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Good. Here you go.
Well, Prescott here to throw. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Following the interception, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
Here we go.
On first down, Murray. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Here we go, 47, 26.
Throwing here, Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on